Obstacles are very important. Are very important. Difficult times. Difficult times. There's some great benefit in difficult times and difficult things.
Oh.
Demons be gone.
Be gone, demons. Demons, 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 demons.
Be gone, 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 be gone.
Leave this studio!
One of the things that you highlight very well is the importance of reality, of dealing with things, and of finding positives in any sort of, the title of your book, The Obstacles, The Way. It's a great title because obstacles are very important. Are very important. And although they don't seem like they are when, you're there, but there's some great benefit in difficult times and difficult things. Are very important. Are very important. And although they don't seem like they are when, you're there, but there's some great benefit in difficult times and difficult things. Difficult times. Difficult times. And although they don't seem like they are, difficult times. Difficult times. When, you're there, there's some great benefit in difficult times and difficult things.
They don't understand what being on a team and working together towards a goal, a tangible, real goal, is like.
Well, it's a much more difficult path, and most people aren't going to be willing to do it. They're not going to have the willpower. They're not going to have the discipline. No. It's a very different mindset. Mindset. It does come with sacrifice. If you can acquire that, it will be a superpower for the rest of your life. Mindset. It does come with sacrifice. It will be a superpower for the rest of your life. And there's people that appreciate that, and there's people that don't understand that they're malnourished. They don't understand they're malnourished emotionally, physically, psychologically. They're malnourished. They haven't experienced enough truly difficult things, like where they've had to power through and develop confidence and understand themselves to the point where they don't even know what that means.
No.
So they're just out there screaming out the window, and the lady with the beanie on in the street.
No, it's all true. It's crazy world, crazy times.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Yeah. At least we can talk about it. And I think there's more people that are listening now than ever before because there's outlets where you can actually have these conversations instead of being trapped in some fucking MSNBC bubble.
And it's real now.
Yeah,
it's reality now. It's not just people saying things that sound, like we were mentioning, like, I never want to sound like some big conspiracist or doomsday person who's like preparing for the end of the world, right? Like, but it's like the stuff that maybe, like we've said, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like we thought, oh, that will never happen.
Right.
We've arrived.
Yeah, we've arrived.
We're here. And I went off the train. I went off the roller coaster. But it's not that easy. And people are realizing that, like I said. So I think due time. They don't understand what being on a team and working together towards a goal, a tangible, real goal, is like.
Well, it's a much more difficult path, and most people aren't going to be willing to do it. They're not going to have the willpower. They're not going to have the discipline.
No.
It's a very different mindset. It does come with sacrifice. If you can acquire that, it will be a superpower for the rest of your life. Mindset. It does come with sacrifice. It will be a superpower for the rest of your life.
Oh,
Demons be gone.
be gone, demons.
Be gone.
Leave this studio!
Leave this planet.
So, you could say that what happened in the 1960s, the emergence of mushrooms in particular, and then LSD, indicated to a swath of the population, like Leary and like Ken Kesey, that our perceptions were locked in kind of a box, in a box that we didn't even really, that we weren't even conscious of.
Demons be gone.
Be gone, demons.
Be gone.
I suppose that's the box of conformity.
Leave this studio!
Leave this planet.
Leave our universe!
If you're thinking about what made people people, it's a mystery. We want to pretend that we understand things. Sure, we kind of understand, but it's a mystery. If you're thinking about what made people people, it's a mystery. We want to pretend that we understand things. Sure, we kind of understand, but it's a mystery. Whatever the fuck happened that took us from all the other primates that are still here and made us this, it's pretty profound. And I have a feeling that psychedelics were at least involved in that process. That's my belief. And my belief is that the Sweeping Psychedelics Act of 1970 they passed essentially to target civil rights activists and anti-war activists. That's what they did. They wanted to go after the hippies. And then all this anti-war shit would just get stopped by sensible people. Then Schedule 1 everything. Psilocybin, marijuana, all down the board. Everything becomes Schedule 1, the most illegal of illegal things. So all these people who are experiencing, all these Ken Kesey people and, all the LSD people of the 60s, all those people become criminals instantly. And they just threw water on the whole movement. And it worked. It really worked. It was Nixon and all the people that were in charge back then.
So, you could say that what happened in the 1960s,
the emergence of mushrooms in particular, and then LSD, indicated to a swath of the population, like Leary and like Ken Kesey, that our perceptions were locked in kind of a box, in a box that we weren't even conscious of. I suppose that's the box of conformity. And the psychedelics released a wave of nonconformity. And Leary crystallized that with his tune in, turn on, and drop out. And Leary in particular made a huge mistake when he said tune in, turn on, and drop out. He should have said tune in, turn on, and grow up, grow up, grow up, grow up, grow up, grow up. I'm dead serious about that, because there's a different form of responsibility that emerges once you realize that you were constrained by a conformist box, let's say like Moses when he was being a normal shepherd, that you can step outside of that, but you don't step outside of that into worship of the golden calf like in hedonistic orgies. You step outside of that with a more conscious upward aim. And if the use of transformative technologies like psychedelics isn't accompanied by that framework of enhanced responsibility, then it can degenerate into a kind of hedonistic chaos.
They see me, they're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's like, I buy everything because I buy into it. I'm like,
right,
because it's a little piece of hope.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Right. A treadmill's a little piece of
It's a hope, a new thing. Like, I got the Jacob's Ladder. I go, oh, it's great. It's jujitsu. You're grabbing the rings. This is great.
It's functional.
Yeah, it's collecting dust is what it's doing. It really, because I don't use it. So I need something. That's what this thing is. What can get me? Because I am like most people, I'm telling you. You don't need a lot of stuff, but you need something to engage yourself every day. There's got to be a bridge between what the Goggins way and people who do nothing. Like
yeah.
You got to get that. Like I saw you were doing this with the other comedians, which I love. It's like where you go, I just want him to walk, or just get him down there. That is so important, man, because it's like if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Because it's like if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Better. Feel better. Feel better. Because it's like if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Better.
I got very lucky that when I was 15, I got obsessed with martial arts. Right. Because that was the first thing I ever did in my life where I didn't think I was a loser anymore. I was like, I realized that if you work really hard at something and you're completely obsessed with something, it can transform your life. So my life from the time I was 15 to the time I was 18, I was a different human.
From 14, 15, I was insecure. I'd get bad social anxiety. We moved around a lot. I'd get picked on a lot. And I went from that to being completely confident, being just a different human being. I was fighting all the time. It wasn't like, to me, the fear of like conflict was pretty much gone. Because I was just engaging in conflict all over the country. I was flying around my whole high school, all my time. So I got in my head that the way to feel better and to get life to improve is to just fucking dig in and keep going and don't ever quit. Don't fucking quit.
That's so great.
Dig in and keep going and don't ever quit. Don't fucking quit. Don't fucking quit. Dig in and don't fucking quit. Quit.
but I got lucky that that's something that I fell into when I was 15.
You're blessed, brother, because you have something that most people don't have. They don't have that. Like, you have, everybody who has the intensity in the beginning, you know, when they see something like, I want to do this, I want to say, I do. Like, everything, I get all pumped up. I'm like, this is it. This is all I want to do. And then it's like, you don't want to suffer. You don't want to put the work in. That's the difference between, we both love jiu-jitsu. Well, to love something, you gotta know it. You have to know it, right? You can't love something you don't know. Well, I love it, but you know what I don't love? Obviously, I don't love the mornings, getting the cold gi on. You know, there's things about getting in with you know what I'm saying? Getting on the mats, they're sweaty. They've been there since like 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to travel to do it. It's going to hurt. These guys are coming after me. You know, it's like, you know, you're in there and I'm nervous and so I stop. I get back into it. You know, I'll let it go for a while. You go through that and you become, you know, you overcome those little things, and it's like, that's how you grow. It's like, I get right up to the edge of it, and then I'm like, so I don't love it as much as you. It's like, you commit, you have to suffer. You have to suffer. You know, that's the only way you're going to show your love for anything is you got to suffer for it. There's got to be that. You've got to overcome that. Otherwise, you don't.
Everybody has two people inside of them.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the person inside of them that wants to go to sleep.
Right.
The person inside of them that wants to quit.
That guy's winning, by the way. That's the guy who's you see before you right now.
And the other guy that's like, no, this is what you need to do. Right. But the problem is with a lot of people, that other guy that's like, no, that's what you need to do. That person's really timid. And that person, they just, well, maybe it'd be better if we just went for a run. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm going to eat chips.
Right.
And that timid version of you is what you need to cultivate into being like the boss.
Right.
That's the boss. So I have a boss. My boss is that voice.
Yes.
I let that voice win every time.
I love it.
That voice says, shut the fuck up and get in the cold water, pussy.
That's dying to yourself, man. That's literally saying, I'm not going to go where I'm comfortable. I'm going to, I'd much rather do this. I'm sure you know, much rather do something than jump in a cold plunge every morning. You know, get a cup of coffee and go hang out and talk, you know.
You just got to give the boss some strength.
Yes.
Yeah, and the boss has to win a bunch of battles, and when the boss wins a bunch of battles, and he wins them every day, then eventually the boss becomes a louder voice. And then you get it to the point where the boss gets to tell you what to do and you don't deviate. And even though you have all those feelings, every time I lift the lid on the cold plunge, I'm like, let's not do this. Every time. But the boss is like, shut the fuck up. The boss gets mad if those voices pop up. So like, I'll make you do an extra minute, bitch.
Right.
Get the fuck in there.
I love it.
And, you know, there's two pieces of advice I always give comics, or just young men in general. Aspire to be the person you pretend to be when you're trying to get laid. Aspire to be that person. And then the second one is, live your life like a documentary crew is following you around. Live your life like as if you wanted the whole world to go, wow, that guy's really killing it. Like, I love the way that guy handles things. And then don't fucking quit. Don't fucking quit. Dig in and keep going and don't ever quit. Don't fucking quit.
You got to get that. Like, I saw you were doing this with the other comedians, which I love. You know, it's like where you go, I just want him to walk, or just get him down there. That is so important, man, because it's like, if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Because it's like, if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Better. Feel better. Feel better. Because it's like, if you can get into that groove, you do feel better. Feel better. Feel better. Better.
The ability to access information from unofficial sources now. It turns idea is so incorrect.
Demons be gone.
Be gone, demons.
In order to shift that,
Be gone.
Leave this studio!
it takes so much effort.
Leave this planet.
There's so many competing voices, and misinformation out there on social media and fear-mongering today. Voices. It's really insane. There are lots of tools at people's disposal. And it frustrates me sometimes on social media where you see, people, especially those in the so-called evidence-based community that seem to be, that get so down on what they're simply not up on. They tend to write these tools off as being trivial, or, they'll even talk disparagingly about them. And I think whatever tool is at your disposal that you have the ability to use today, I think that's a great thing, The more awareness we have, the better. The sooner you can get a handle on your risk factors, some of which include nutrition, but also social isolation is a risk factor.
And what is it about that causes it to become a risk factor?
Well, there's that 80-year-long ongoing study at Harvard, the study of human development, that found that loneliness is a toxin on par with smoking cigarettes or drinking alcohol. And, I think humans are, first and foremost, we're social beings. That's one of the reasons why, a human neonate is born half-baked. We continue our development in the presence of others. They call it the fourth trimester. Relative to other animals in the animal kingdom, a human is born with zero capacity to survive. We need those around us. And so I think it's just hardwired into who we are as a species, that we are social beings. And today, whether it's attributed to, living in cities and remote work or social media, it's taking a huge toll on us from the standpoint of mental health. And that creates downstream biochemical consequences. This is not just an emotional phenomenon. This is something that actually has a real life health impact. There's so many competing voices and misinformation out there on social media and fear-mongering today. It's really insane. There are lots of tools at people's disposal.
You are dancing to a song that the metronome is beating out two, somewhat different rhythms. People dance to those. They get in fights over, you gotta do our dance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a million other songs out there you could be dancing to. And there are songs that are much older than America, much older than maybe the planet itself. Dancing to a song that the metronome is beating out two, somewhat different rhythms. People dance to those. They get in fights over, you gotta do our dance.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's a million other songs out there you could be dancing to. And there are songs that are much older than America, much older than maybe the planet itself. Maybe the planet itself.
Demons be gone.
Be gone, demons.
Be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone, be gone.
Leave this studio!